So it's been confirmed that former Impact Wrestling Knockouts Champion Madison Rayne is officially departing the company. It was announced last night on the Hard to Kill pre-show that not only is Madison Rayne departing the company, but she is officially retiring from Impact Wrestling. Now this comes on the back of the announcement last week, or during this week rather, that the Impact Wrestling commentary team would be replaced beginning on last night's Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Replacing Josh Matthews and Madison Rayne would be the commentary duo of Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown. But during last night's Hard to Kill pre-show, Madison Rayne did confirm that she is officially retiring from Impact Wrestling. Now, it was reported last month that Rayne was leaving for a full-time job outside of the pro wrestling industry. As also noted, like I just said, Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown were going to take over commentary duties for Impact starting at last night's Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Josh Matthews, of course, is staying with the promotion though. He received a promotion to a senior producer of weekly TV shows and pay-per-views for Impact Wrestling. Of course, Madison Rayne's history when it comes to Impact Wrestling is well documented. She is a former 5-time Knockouts Champion and a 2-time Knockouts Tag Team Champion. She did also appear later on during the Hard to Kill pay-per-view last night. She helped award the Tag Team Championships, the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, to Tasha Steelz and Kira Hogan. So it's like everyone expected. Those reports that we had seen previously when it came to Madison Rayne, when it came to her leaving Impact Wrestling, are accurate. Of course, the writing was on the wall once it was announced that the Impact Wrestling announce team was changing, beginning at last night's Hard to Kill pay-per-view. What I do want to say, actually, before we touch on Madison Rayne, is talking about that new commentary team of Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown last night. I thought they were excellent. I really did think they were excellent. And like we spoke about this when we did the video in the week. There was the announcement. It's kind of felt like it came out of nowhere, but what we're hearing now, this has been the plan. There's been a smooth transition, as it were, from the for the commentary team purposes of Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown from Josh Matthews and Madison Rayne. And I think they did a fantastic job last night. And regardless of what you think about Josh Matthews or Madison Rayne, in my opinion, I think you can already see last night when it comes to Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown being the commentary team going forward for Impact, it's obviously an upgrade. I would say it's obviously an upgrade. And that's no disrespect to Josh Matthews or Madison Rayne whatsoever. I think Josh Matthews at this point in his career is best suited to being probably in a behind-the-scenes role as a producer, working with on the digital side of things, working with talent on commentary. He has been with Impact Wrestling for a long time now, since, 2015? Something around that period of time, maybe even earlier than that. I think it might be earlier, maybe 2013, 2014. Around that period of time, he's been with Impact a long, long time now. And not only is that as an on-screen talent, but that's behind the scenes too. He's an executive with the company. He's been something like the vice president of digital media for a long time. So he's well known and well respected in that company. And look, I don't want to say Josh Matthews is a bad commentator, because I don't think Josh Matthews is necessarily a bad commentator. I think he's good at what he does. I think the issue when it comes to Josh Matthews is that he is just so polarizing. He is so polarizing, isn't he? He really is. You either like him or you hate him. And unfortunately, I think more people probably lean on the side of not liking his commentary as opposed to the people that do. I'm not, the biggest fan of Josh Matthews in terms of his work. I don't think he's terrible, but I really do see how he can just grate on people. I do see how people, when they're watching Impact, or they see the clips of Impact, even if they don't watch the show fully every week, and they see the clips of, say, last night, Hard to Kill, or they see the clips from Genesis a week ago, I can understand how people watch it and they go, I just can't bear to watch that program because the commentary, I just don't like it. I'm just not a fan of Josh Matthews. And as I mentioned, he is a polarizing figure, not just in terms of his commentary. He very much believes in his abilities. At certain periods of time when he was on social media, and he's not as much on social anymore, he was very much like, I'm the best commentator in the world. I'm better than Jim Ross and Michael Cole ever were. I'm better than Gordon Soley. You name it. He said he was better than any of those people because he believed in himself, which isn't a bad thing, but he certainly grated on a lot of people. So I think a lot of people were very happy to hear that Matt Striker was going to be replacing him. And look, Matt Striker is very, very good. Is very good at what he does. He's obviously, a huge fan of the industry, and that really does come across in the work that he does on commentary. And I'm a big fan of Matt Striker. I'm a big fan of his work too. So I think that they did a fantastic job last night, Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown. Obviously, it's going to take some time. It's obviously going to take some time to bed in that commentary team. D'Lo Brown, thanks to everyone that commented on the video, actually, when I said I'm not sure if D'Lo Brown had some commentary. From what I've been told, he's done episodes of Explosion, and I think he did an Impact special maybe a year or so ago, so he certainly does have some experience on commentary. But I thought they did really well last night. I thought they did do really well, and I'm really excited to see Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown continue building their partnership. And I do think it's an upgrade. And I think people that are tuning in at this period of time might not have watched Impact Wrestling ever. They might have come across because of the AEW collaboration, that working relationship that's currently ongoing. People might be watching for the first time because of the Kenny Omega appearances at Hard to Kill, and that therefore it's important for Impact Wrestling from that point of view to put on the best product possible and to really try and hook the fans and keep them there. And ultimately, you can put the best show you want on screen, but if the commentators who are talking you through it you don't like or you just can't bear to listen to, you're going to tune out. So I do think having Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown involved in that, I do think that's an upgrade. As far as it comes to Madison Rayne's career in Impact Wrestling, now she's said that she's officially retiring. She's confirmed that she's officially retiring. So I think this pretty much rules out any more in-ring appearances by Madison Rayne in the future. Her last one was at Slammiversary. She took part in the Knockouts Gauntlet Battle Royal. I think it also rules out really any more cameos or any more full-time on-screen camera roles for Madison Rayne. I do think at some point she'll probably get an Impact Hall of Fame induction, because I think her career has been so lengthy in Impact. You know, she is a 5-time Knockouts champion. I think there's only 2 people who have held more Knockouts titles than her, and I think that's Angelina Love and Gail Kim. So certainly she has had a massive career in Impact Wrestling on just inside the ring, and she's held every championship there is to hold, whether it's the Knockouts Championship or the Knockouts Tag Team Championship. And then furthermore, obviously, as I mentioned, I was not the biggest fan of Madison Rayne on commentary. I did feel that they had better people, maybe best suited for her in that position. I did feel that they had people like Matt Striker still working with the company, or even Don Callis when he wasn't doing the Kenny Omega stuff. I would have preferred to have them in that role as a color commentator on commentary. Not to say that she was bad. I didn't think that Madison Rayne was particularly bad in her role. I think she did well considering the role that she was put in. And look, it's a massive moment for, you know, females within pro wrestling, her being in that position. She joins the likes of Beth Phoenix and Renee Young as female people, you know, females in the pro wrestling industry that have been in a color commentary position for a major company. But arguably you could say Madison Rayne did what Renee Young and Beth Phoenix hasn't done, in the sense that Renee Young and Beth Phoenix, they've been in 3-person booths, whether that's on Raw for Renee Young or NXT for Beth Phoenix. In comparison, Madison Rayne was only part of a 2-person booth and was the color commentator, the lead color commentator for the flagship show of a major pro wrestling promotion in North America. That's a massive achievement. It's a glass ceiling breaking moment, regardless of what you think about her abilities and how she performed in that role. Did she deserve to be in that role? Whatever. I think she did well. Was she my favorite person to be in that role? No. And if I said that she was, I would be being disingenuous, because, you know, you've seen me on the channel before say that I would have preferred other people in that position. But ultimately, look, she did well for the position that I think she was put in that role. So you obviously have to celebrate her career. Like I said, last night was her final appearance with Impact Wrestling. She is officially retiring. I think it's curious the way that they phrased it, that it's her retirement. She's retiring from Impact Wrestling. It's not a case of she's leaving or my contract expired or I'm moving to do something else. They phrased it as I'm retiring from Impact. I think that's very curious. That definitely does have an element of finality to it, doesn't it? It definitely does say, look, I'm not coming back. You know, I'm going into this full-time job now. Of course, you can never say never in pro wrestling, and that's the most important thing to remember here as well, as you really can never say never. So just because she said that she's retired, just because she said that she's not going to come back, doesn't mean that she won't. Give it a year. Give it 18 months. Anything's possible. Like I said, I really do think, though, when it comes to her future with Impact, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an Impact Hall of Fame induction at some point. I think that seems quite likely. I do think we need more knockouts in the Impact Hall of Fame. Of course, at the moment, we have one, which is Gail Kim, which is the only knockout we have in the Hall of Fame. And I think Madison Rayne is absolutely worthy of that, as do I think is, you know, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Tara, Mickey James, you know, the list goes on. Awesome Kong, obviously. The list goes on and on and on of knockouts that are deserving to be in there. But I think Madison Rayne will probably end up in there as well. And that will probably be her next thing to do with Impact Wrestling going forward. So that's the case. It's really confirmation of what we were expecting anyway, that Madison Rayne is officially leaving Impact Wrestling. She announced her retirement from Impact Wrestling. Not sure if she announced her retirement from professional wrestling, but certainly announced her retirement from Impact Wrestling. So going forward, as was mentioned in the announcement earlier on in the week, that Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown are the new commentary team going forward, starting at last night's Hard to Kill pay-per-view. I thought they did an excellent job, and I'm really excited to see how they progress and gel going forward as the broadcast team for Impact Wrestling on Access TV, because of course on Tuesday it's going to be their first episode of Impact on Access TV. And if last night's anything to go by, then I'm very excited, because that has potential. That really does have potential to be one of the better broadcast teams currently in Impact Wrestling. So I'm very excited to see how they progress. But in terms of Madison Rayne, fantastic career. Obviously, like I said, won everything in the ring, 5-time Knockouts Champion, 2-time Knockouts Tag Team Champion, first ever female to be a color commentator in the broadcast booth on the flagship program Impact Wrestling on Access TV. So a very successful career, and hopefully we wish her all the success in the new full-time job she's taking outside of pro wrestling. So all the best, Madison Rayne. What a fantastic career that she has had, and hopefully she will have an Impact Hall of Fame induction sometime in the future. But of course, as always, this is just one man's opinion. What are your thoughts on Madison Rayne announcing that she has officially retired from Impact Wrestling last night at the Impact Hard to Kill pay-per-view? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll do my best to respond and reply to all of your comments. Really enjoy interacting with you guys, talking about Impact Wrestling, WWE, AEW. There's certainly going to be a ton of stuff going on in January right now in the world of pro wrestling, whether it's all of this Hard to Kill fallout, the AEW Impact Wrestling crossover and partnership that looks like it's going to be continuing, Kenny Omega pinning Rich Swann. We're going to be talking about that a lot this week. Of course, all of the fallout from Hard to Kill this week. Got the Royal Rumble coming up in a couple of weeks as well. There is so much at the moment to talk about when it comes to the world of pro wrestling. So we'll be covering all of it here on the channel. So be sure to get involved in the comment section below. Really do appreciate all of your comments. I'll do my best to interact with you guys, respond to all of your comments. Get involved in the community. Drop a comment below. All opinions are welcome. If you have enjoyed this video too, please do smash a like on the like button. Really does help us out here on YouTube. Go up the rankings and get into people's recommendation feeds if they haven't seen our videos previously. But most importantly, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to Wrestle News 365. You can do that by clicking the bottom right hand corner of the screen right now, or if you wait a few seconds, there'll be a subscribe button at the end of this video along with another video for you to watch. As I mentioned, January, a big month in the world of pro wrestling, so be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell. You'll be informed whenever we cover any video, or we go live, or we do any watch along. So be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.